Hey guys, do you want to know how concussions work? Okay, so pretty much with concussions, right? It starts off with you know how your brain has you know Okay. I just have to wait, I don't have a concussion, okay? I don't have Good evening, everybody. Good evening, everybody. Whose head was a rock thrown at? I didn't cause a concussion. I didn't give anybody a concussion, okay? I didn't give anybody a concussion. But do you want to know how concussions work? So, you know, inside your skull, there is cerebrospinal fluid, which is pretty much the space in between your skull and your brain. There's a bunch of wahoo. Sorry, just had to wahoo. But there's a bunch of liquid going on the inside of that part, right? And so when you get a bump on your head, your brain will jiggle, right? But your brain won't jiggle because that layer of liquid inside your head prevents your brain from jiggling too hard. But if you knock your head really hard, then not even that safety helmet can help you. And then you get a concussion. Yeah, because your brain knocks against the inside of your skull. And did you know that the inside of your skull is brain shaped? Good evening, concussion. No. I don't have a concussion. No. Everyone is okay. Okay. I'm sorry. Wait. Okay, just to make sure nobody is worried, it's just that it's been a while since I streamed and I thought that it would be boring if I started off with, hello everybody, it's been a while, so I thought I'd come in with a fun fact. It's a banger. Yeah, it is. Your brain is smooth. It will simply slide on the inside of it, which is good, you know. Which is why, did you know this is why koalas fall down from trees and they don't get concussions very often? Because their brain is smooth. Yeah, the inside of our skulls are brain-shaped. If your brain is really bumpy and your brain is born bumpy, that means the inside of your skull is like molded to fit, right? Which means the inside of your skull is really sharp. And so you get a concussion if you knock your head and your brain gets poked by the sharp parts of your skull. And then it gets stabbed. Yeah. So I guess it's fun fact, it's if you're a smart person, it's easier for you to get a concussion. That doesn't make sense. Wait, this is fake. No, this is real. I learned this I learned this in high school science. I decided to give you a simulated concussion about talking about concussions. No, I just wanted to tell you to be careful, okay? I know that you guys are smart cookies, which means you're on thin ice, buddy. You're on borrowed time. If somebody wants to give you a concussion, it'll be really easy. Yes, it does. If you have a bigger piece of tofu in a container, it's more easy to get dented if the container is dented. So true. This is true. It is very true. I mean, to be fair though, it is quite easy to give someone a concussion if you just throw a rock at their head. Which, by the way, I talk about throwing rocks a lot. Do not throw a rock at people's head. Can't you just get blitzed and so it'll be fluid, which means you can never get a concussion? I guess so, but then you'll have other problems, right? Because brain damage is so easy to get. You're gonna need to call bullshit on that. The brain would not have room to change size as its water contents changes. I don't think so. I think we were all born with the same brain, and our skull just goes around. Our skull grows to accommodate that. You gotta get ready for a 2-hour drive. Okay, have fun driving. Make sure you don't get a concussion while driving, bro. Your brain ugly, wrinkly, high risk of concussions. My brain pretty smooth. Will never get concussions. Okay. I'm gonna start again, okay, bros? I'm gonna start again. I'm gonna say, good evening, everybody. I'm sorry for giving a shocking fun fact session on concussions. I just wanted to say that I'm a bit sick of saying that I miss everyone and that it's been a while since I've streamed because I feel like I'm a broken record right now and because things keep happening to me and I keep having to go for long periods of time without streaming and are you annoyed that I keep saying that I miss you? I'm annoyed that I keep saying that I miss you because I'm the one that goes into hermit mode because stuff keeps happening in my life. Shocking. Concussive. But yeah, the truth is I missed you. Okay. But I feel like you're sick of talking about. I feel like you're sick of hearing that though. You know, it sounds so empty because like every time it's kind of like, oh, I missed you, and then it's you know. If I were you, right? If I were you, I'd be like, oh, you missed me, huh? If you missed me so much, then why did you leave again, huh? Right. So, I'll give you what I do best. Fun facts that you didn't ask for. Here's another fun fact that you never asked for. Do you know the difference between animal cells and plant cells? That's right, they both have mitochondria. But plant cells have cell walls. I also learned that in science class when I was a teenager. No, I swear, I'm not giving you all these random facts because, hey guys, I actually never graduated high school. It's just one day I was thinking about all the things that I learned in high school and I'm like, whoa, chloroplasts. Yeah, chloroplasts. One is round and the other is rectangular. I don't think that's true. You're learning patience. I can just go, sup gang, it's been a while. Oh yeah, true. Can I try again? I'll try again. All right, 1 sec. Yo, dude, it's been a while. Bro, you look huge. Hey ladies, what's up? I think about that video. Bro, did you work out? You look huge, bro. Is that better? Is that, bro, you look huge. Yeah. Apparently, it's a thing. You're here waiting for work to happen. Oh, I missed you, bro. Oh, don't say that. No, we can't say that. Someone's gonna file for sexual harassment. You can't comment on people's peepees, bro. Bro, did I work out? No, I didn't. Okay. So, Trollius, welcome. You're happy to hang out here again just before your long absence for a thesis study in half a month. Oh, it's gonna be super lonely without you, bro. I mean, not super lonely, but also, I guess I hope you're not super lonely without connection to the technology, you know. That's not what you say to your friends. You say, oh my god, you're still alive? I mean, it's all a matter of how often you talk to your friends, right? So, because I've been gone for the past 4 days, do you want to know where I've been? You know, every single time it's been a while since I've streamed, I always fill everyone in on where I've been. Oh, that rhymes. So, where I went was... I was sick. I was really sick. What if you say not? Well, I'm gonna tell you anyway. Take a leaf out of the Dog Islands page. Oh, I'll tell you anyway. So, first of all, my very good friend Asta has been going through a really bad time, and so I've been going on walks with her. I've been spending a lot of time with her, but on the contrary, while spending time with her, because the weather is also very cold, I also got very sick, and I usually I'm good at tanking through the sickness, right? But then this time is the kind of sickness where you cannot sleep well at night. You wake up in the middle of the night. It's literally like, you know that scene from SpongeBob where Patrick sits up at 3 a.m. and he's like, oh boy, 3 a.m. and he eats a burger? Yeah, well, my body is like, oh boy, 3 a.m. time to have a 30-minute coughing fit. And I go back to sleep. And then my body's like, oh boy, 5 a.m. time to do that all over again. Yeah, it's a dry cold. Yeah, it's a dry cold where your nose is just always really congested, but it doesn't feel wet. You know, it doesn't feel wet. It just leaves you feeling swollen and like an espresso, which is a little coffee. I'm always just a little coffee all the time. And you might have heard last stream I had to mute during a coughing fit. I was still okay during then, and then it all came crashing down. And oh yeah, my dad had to go to the hospital because my old man developed kidney stones for some reason. And kidney stones would have been fine, right? Kidney stones would have been fine and all. But he goes to the hospital, he stays there for a day, and the doctors don't give him surgery. And you know why? Because they've forgotten about him. So he's lying in bed, and his stones are hurting him even more. Yeah, apparently they forgot about him. Like my mom receives a call from my dad, and so you know the few nights ago, 2 nights ago when I said, oh hey, sorry, I can't stream because I have to go visit my dad in the hospital, right? Yeah, so it turns out my mom received a call. And then my dad was like, and then she was like, oh hey, we have to go to the hospital. Your dad's in pain. The hospital forgot about him. They didn't, and I'm like, what? What? I thought they did his surgery and he would be home tonight. And they're like, yeah, they forgot about him. He needs us to go be his moral support. I mean, it's no laughing matter, right? It's no laughing matter. He's at home now. He's safe now, even though he is a little bit of a drama queen. Okay, he's very like, ooh, ayo, ooh. Aya, ooh, yo. You know, all the old man noises. Ayo. Right, is he kidney stone free? No, so they did one preliminary surgery for him, but he has to go in again 2 weeks later. So did my father's delivery go well after the ordeal? Is the child healthy? Well, you don't get a complete kidney stone after you do kidney stone surgery, right? What they do is they do an ultrasound, and then they pretty much vibrate the kidney stone in your colon. Ugh. That sounds really gross. They vibrate the kidney stone in your colon, and they are like micro vibrations, right? But a lot of them, and so they sort of like break the vibrations break the kidney stone into little pieces. And so after their little pieces, they do a surgery and then they sort of extract it. But then because there's more residue, they have to send you back home for another 2 weeks. And so you just go through your life, you still have kidney stones, and then you go back in 2 weeks' time, so then they can get rid of the rest. Yeah. Reminder, people, energy drink will give you piss rocks. This is the first time my dad has developed piss rocks in his life. I'm actually surprised because his lifestyle is pretty awful. It's something that my sister and I have gotten on his case a lot for. And so, like, I at that moment, I had the feeling of, I told you so, plus, well, dad's old. I guess you can't help it, you know. It was pretty serious. Yeah, it was pretty serious. Get a good water, bro. This is like an abortion. I mean, the whole process kind of feels like my dad is having a piss rock abortion. I hate the way you put that. Like, I don't know, I find it so silly, right? I find it so silly because every time, because you guys know, my tummy always hurts, right? My tummy always hurts a little bit. Every single time my tummy hurts just a little bit, I'm always like, oh, I hope it's not a kidney friend. You know, and meanwhile, my dad's here like, oh yeah, we love the sedentary lifestyle, we love eating sweets, we love drinking wine every night at dinner, and he only gets kidney stones once in his life. I mean, it's good that he's only gotten them once, but also at the same time, oh, well, I guess I've been a little bit too, what's the word, hypochondriac? No, hypochondriac. I've been a little bit too neurotic about the whole, oh no, I hope I'm not sick thing. What a terrible day to understand English. Yeah, paranoid. Yeah, that's the word. He has other issues that he never got checked out for. Yeah, that's what I'm worried about. But I guess my dad's just built different, you know. Yeah, I guess. Yeah, I always get a rum in my tum-tum. My tummy's always hurting. Anyhow, though, do I have flu shots? The last time I got flu shots was 2-3 years ago. Yeah, I probably need to go get more flu shots. But yeah, anyway, so dad, yeah, turns out, so we go to the hospital, and dad is like writhing in pain, but then like it's sometimes, I don't want to undermine, okay? My dad was definitely in a lot of pain, but you know how sometimes, like, I don't know if some of you guys have drama queen dads as well, but my dad's a little bit of a drama queen. He may be like a big man, he's the big man of the household, so he doesn't like it when people know that he's being a drama queen, but he is a little bit of a drama queen that will never admit that he's actually not in that much pain. He just felt lonely and he wanted us around, but he wanted like a big excuse to have us around. So he was like, oof. He was all oof ouch, right? He was all oof ouch. But then there were little hints that he was not that oof ouch. He just wanted us to baby him. He just wanted us to baby him a little bit. Like when you're he's only oof ouch when you're in the room. No, not masochist. he's only oof ouch if you see him, right? If you're in the hospital room with him. Otherwise, like if you're like walking by and you look in, he's okay. Which is like, I believe that he's oof ouch, right? I believe that he is very oof ouch, but he definitely played it up because he got lonely because the hospital forgot him. And then we get there and it turns out the hospital didn't forget him. The reality wasn't that the hospital forgot him. The reality was the hospital had another emergency surgery that day. And the doctors were like, yeah, we're really tired. And the anesthesiologist is gonna be off duty. So I don't think we should do your surgery. You okay with waiting for tomorrow? And he's like, yeah, that's okay. And then he calls home crying, they forgot about me. I would absolutely do the same if I were in the same situation. Absolutely. Yeah, just a normal delay. Just a normal delay. So for 3 days it was quite stressful. Because I didn't know what was wrong with my dad. I didn't know what was wrong with my dad. He goes to the hospital and they're doing their like checkups and everything, and I was big stressed because, oh no, what if you know when you are a child, well, when you have parents and then they are old, they are getting old, and you always have that moment of consciousness like, oh no, they are capable of mortality and all that. You get really scared. You get really scared, and the worst case scenarios just start running through your head. Yeah, and also all that stress made me even more sick. Oh, and also, my mom's extended family is calling her back home because something happened in her hometown again, and so she has to book an emergency flight out to go back to her hometown. And so she's leaving again, and she's gonna be gone for a long time, and she's leaving in a few days. And so I also had to help her out with a bunch of organization stuff because she was worried. She was worried for my dad, and my sister works. I really don't know what my sister's schedule is, but she's not awake during the daytime. And so I guess that, and also my dad had his thing, so this time I was the one that had to stick by my mom and help her out. And so this was all happening while I was recovering from a sick. And so usually I recover from sickness quite fast and quite well, but this time you can hear it, right? Hey, guess which nose is blocked? That's right, both of them. Yeah, I got a lot on my plate recently. Yeah, mine. Oh, you gotta head out, Plague. Oh. Well, thank you for dropping by regardless, bro. Thank you for coming by and saying hi. It's always nice to see you. It's always nice to see you. I remember the early days when you were around, and that was very comfy. You hear the cocaine sniffing. Oi. I don't do cocaine. I'm a clean kid, okay? I'm a good kid. I'm a good egg. I don't do any illegal drugs. I only do legally prescribed drugs by my doctor. And even then, sometimes I'm very bad at keeping up with them because today I forgot to take my legally prescribed drugs until 5 hours afterwards. To which I took a big nap in the middle of the day. And so I am very conscious and very awake right now. Ah, the Italian, you just got back from work, another day of serving curry, nachos, and cold food at the AFL. Oh, you make it sound so sad though. But curry and nachos are like peak comfort food. Yeah, do I not have a pill caddy? No. Can I be completely honest? I think those of you who take regular medication are going to be very mad at me. You're gonna be very mad at me, or very like, Neg, why do you do this? But I keep all of my medications in the jacket that I wear, the pocket of the jacket that I wear. And so if I can't find that jacket, well, all my pills are there. Can you get your prescribed forehead kiss? Okay. Mwah. There you go. Tucking you in. Get your hotted water. I can't get you your hotted water bottle today because I'm sick. Straight up where I need them. Exactly. I keep them in my jacket pocket because I'll always be wearing that jacket and it's exactly where I need it. Just don't drink it. Just don't drink your hotted water. What do you mean? Yeah, so that's pretty much what's been happening. Isn't the temperature an issue if you're keeping them in a jacket? Oh shit. Wait, let me check What does this say? 3 repeats left. Take 1 tablet twice a day. Yep. Okay, dosage as directed by physician. Store below 25 degrees Celsius. Well, I mean, body heat is 37 degrees. I mean, oh shit. I mean, is it 25 degrees? I mean, body heat is 36 degrees Celsius. Oh, what does that mean? What does that mean for me? Oh, I've been taking medication. I've been cooking my meds. Oh, maybe that's why I've been feeling sick. Oh, maybe that's what. Oh, I've been okay. So I've been So these are my ADHD meds. They make my brain work. Okay, I've been uncharacteristically tired for the past few weeks. I only started keeping my meds in my pocket in winter because it's cold. And I didn't want to go downstairs to the cabinet to put my meds in. Oh, this is really embarrassing somehow. This is really, really embarrassing. Thank you for the follow, Dr. Krowski. Thank you. I hope you're not a real doctor. Well, yeah, now I know. It's very... You know what this is? Neg Nasu aspires to be a good influence on her audience. You know, Neg Nasu aspires to be a good influence. And so sometimes I am an influence by example of what not to do. So, guys, consider this a case study of why you don't put your meds in your pocket. And consider this a case study of why you store your meds at the proper designated temperature. Otherwise, they do not work. I make the mistakes so you don't have to. And you know what? These aren't like super big, gigantic, humongous mistakes. Well, depending on who you ask, right? This is just simply a little small oopsie that is a blip in life, okay? And you know what? These are the kinds of oopsie blips in lives that PSAs do not tell you, that the big Twitter threads do not tell you, that your doctor does not tell you about. You see, this is called life experience, okay? These are the little things. It's on par with It's on par with finding out that you put your toilet lid down when you flush the toilet. It's on par with it's written on... I know it's written on there, but sometimes it's easy to forget. I'm the cousin your parents compare you to. No, I'm the cousin that your parents say, oh, don't turn out like that cousin. I'm the cousin that your parents say don't turn out like them. I have a lot of cautionary tales in my life, okay? So I am on my second university degree because I dropped out on the final year of my past degree because I was like, this degree was a mistake. This degree is not going to make me any money. I hate this degree. I'm going to take computer science instead. Okay? The correct choice there is to have just taken computer science to begin with. I make the mistakes so you guys don't have to. College sounds rough. You're scared now. Oh, just don't do honors. Just quite literally don't do honors. Don't do anything. Don't go high. If you do honors, do not go higher than an honors degree. And simply just graduate with your bachelor's and get out of there. I made a big mistake by doing beyond. By going beyond. So, if you don't want to do a thesis, and if you don't want to suffer, do not go beyond. College is a scam, especially in the US. Oh, fair enough. I mean, for me, it's university, right? For me, it's university. Okay, here's a hot take. I fucking hate academia, but I love intellectualism, and it's very upsetting that intellectualism is only socially acceptable until you graduate. Only socially acceptable if you're in academia. And by socially acceptable, I don't mean that people are like, oh wow, you're so cool and everything. Socially acceptable, it's sort of like, what do you call it? Like, it's way too expensive to do intellectualism for a hobby, right? Because you need access to a lot of academic materials. And for some reason, they paywall knowledge. And it's not even it's not even like a Netflix subscription, like, oh yeah, you know, for $4 a month to subscribe to all the academic journals you can read. No, it's, hey, pay me $500 for this very obscure paper that I wrote 5 years ago. Yeah. And also, this is the key to unlocking the entire core of this topic that you want. Either that, or it's a garbage paper. Who knows? Nobody knows. Better pay me 500 USD. And meanwhile, like, you email the next guy, and he's like, oh yeah, I know it says it costs 500 USD, but here, have it for free. So, I don't know. Academia sucks. I hate academia. You remember that time in trade school, one class was just the professors trying to sell her own textbook that she... Yeah. So remember so this is very, very prevalent, especially in the cultural arts, right? So okay, here's a little bit of a history on Neg nasu. Okay, here's a little bit of history on Neg nasu. In high school, Neg nasu was a burnout dropkick. Neg nasu, all she wanted to do was spend all her time at home drawing pictures, watching anime, and the only class that she was really good at was Japanese. And also some other classes that I had to be good at because I went to an academic school. And so, everyone was like, oh, you know, Neg, you're very good at picking up bits and pieces of other languages. Like, you learned how to speak Korean, and also the Mandarin that you have learned from the dramas that you've watched as well also sounds really accurate. Yeah, that some people thought that you were an immigrant, right? And I'm like, whoa, really? And so my parents were like, yeah, I think you should look into language teaching, right? And so I wasn't really convinced because I was like, oh, I don't know, it's just a thing that I do, right? It's just fun learning different languages, you know? Yeah, I thought it was fun to learn different languages. So then I was like, oh, you know, maybe like because I'm good at pronunciation, maybe I should go be a speech pathologist, right? Maybe I should go be a speech pathologist and like take linguistics as a major. So that's what I did. And I hated it. I hated it. Just because I was good at that. I hated it. It was awful. I got through like 90% of that degree. And I was like, shit, man. This sucks. Yeah. Linguistics, because it was supposed to be a double degree, okay? Yeah, it was supposed to be a double degree that got me through into speech pathology. Yeah. And it sucked. It sucked so badly. And during that time, right, I started sort of like playing around with making games on the side. Like I was playing with RPG Maker, I was like playing with like Game Maker and Unity and all that, and I was like, hey, this is so much more fun. Hey, all of my friends that I met in the uni club are devs. Is this telling me something? Because proportionally, like, how do I put this? Like, proportionally, if all of my friends are devs, then maybe shouldn't I also be a dev as well? So, and then I switched to computer science. Aren't those almost completely unconnected? Yeah, well, I was stupid. How did I get from learning languages to speech pathology? Well, you see, going to the school that I went to, where everyone around me was becoming lawyers and doctors, I felt really bad if I didn't also aspire to be a lawyer or a doctor. So, I mean, I guess I just went to speech pathology, because speech pathology technically makes you a doctor. Yeah, but languages are fascinating, right? Yeah, well, I mean, I'm not a lawyer and a doctor now, but I am a software engineer, so, you know, I guess that's still pretty prestigious, kinda. Not lawyer and doctor level. And also, yeah, I stopped talking to a lot of people that I knew in high school, or the doctor and the lawyers. The doctors and the lawyers. Now I'm just hanging out with my dev uni friends. So that's a little bit of history on why I have spent so long in uni, and it is a little bit embarrassing sometimes. Like, I'm not gonna lie, it really does feel like I'm falling behind in life stages. It's sort of like, oh, everyone else is already out there doing their lives and everything, and you know, they're buying property. Thank God they're not getting married. Thank God none of them are in big, like, stable... well, one of them is in a stable relationship. Oh. Yeah, but they're not getting married anytime soon. It's fine. Anyway, I mean, they're buying property. They have full-time jobs. Heck, one of them even recently got a promotion that put her at a six-figure salary, and everyone in the friend group makes fun of her because it's like, oh, look at you, six-figure salary. Let them be happy. I know. I want them to be happy. But also at the same time, it makes me stressed, you know, it makes me anxious. And like, you know, during the few days where I was sick and I wasn't able to leave my home and I was sort of sitting there, you know what I did while I was sitting in the hospital, just sitting next to my dad while he was on his phone? That's right. One of my friends, she recently started her own small business. And she wanted me to read through her freaking contract. So I sat there for a few hours reading the contract. And I'm just thinking, like, man, I'm still in uni, and what stuff do I do? I'm silly on the internet, right? But anyway, so that's just a little bit of my educational history, and so I just wanted to say to everyone, don't do what I did, okay? Don't aspire to be a doctor if you don't actually want to be a doctor, because it will suck and you will hate it, and it will suck and you will hate it, and it will suck and you will hate it, and it will suck and you will hate it, and you will end up spending a longer time in university and racking up a bigger uni debt than the other people around you. Honestly thinking of dropping out, but apparently there are positions for which you need higher ed and you have no fucking idea how that works, and you want to start your own company one day. Honestly, if you want to start your own company one day, you just start it. Just start it. And I've seen your website, Nosville. I've read your things. And I've read how much, and I know how much of a driven person you can be. It's just that, I'll tell you your one flaw though, my good sir. Okay, no, you're younger than me, which is good. You have time, okay? You still have time! You still have time! I mean, I still have time. I'm still pretty young. But, your one flaw though, I will say, speaking as someone who has stalked your website, is that you are a little bit like me in that you lack focus. You're very driven, but you also lack focus. And you rush off to the next fun thing that you are thinking of, just like me. So, But I mean, like that's the crux of the issue, isn't it? Right? Like, so coming from someone who's been told a lot that I am destined for great things and that I have it in me to you know, make big thing in world. I believed a lot of that when I was a kid, right? I believed a lot of that when I was young, and I think it's a lot about how, like, I have a bunch of ideas and I get really into something and then I work on it and I become a workaholic and I eat, live and breathe it, but then that doesn't make me happy, you know. So I never do anything beyond the point where it makes me happy. And I used to always feel so guilty about that, you know? It feels shameful. It feels kind of embarrassing. It feels like you're letting everyone down who's ever sort of told you. It feels like you're letting everyone down who's ever told you that you are destined for great things or that believed in you, right? But the thing that I guess that I came to terms with, the thing that, like, I learned to come to terms with is that, like, that who is that guilt and shame for? You know, like those people who make passing comments about how great you are gonna be one day, like you don't owe it to them to become great, you know? Like, you owe it to yourself to be happy. And if greatness doesn't make you happy, then there's no reason to force yourself down a path or like to even feel bad that you're not doing well in that path, right? Because, like, I bring it back to one of my favorite quotes from Avatar: The Last Airbender. Avatar: The Last Airbender. But, like, there is no shame in a quiet life of peace and humility. You know? And also, I went grocery shopping with my mom today, and I saw these huge melons. I saw these huge freaking melons. You want to see, bro? I posted it on Discord, but I oh god, the melons are so big it lagged. Melons are so big they lag. I saw these huge melons. Hold on a second. Hold on a second. Wait, okay, these melons, there's context to this, okay? I saw these huge melons. Check it out. Check out my huge melons. They're so big. Like, look at them. No, I'm not just small, by the way. I am rather small, but they're so big. Even my mom took a picture of them to send to the family group chat. She was like, whoa, that's huge. Yeah, they're winter melons. Yeah, anyway, so I bring up the melons because did I buy them? No, I didn't, because they were so big. They're so big. My mom doesn't buy we don't buy winter melons at home because everyone likes their winter melons a little bit differently, and it always results in a fight. Those people from the facade. Okay, you need to leave. Anyway. Melons aside, right? Melons aside. So I was pulled to grocery shopping with my mum today, and you know how she's going back to her hometown. She has to bring a lot of gifts for people in her hometown because something happened. I shouldn't be talking about what happened in her hometown, just out of respect. And so she needs to bring like a bunch of gifts and all that, right? And also, I think in September this year, I might also need to visit the hometown with her, like. Our family, like our whole family, has to fly out to go to the hometown, just to sort of like pay our respects to things. Anyway. That aside though, so like we went on a super long shopping trip, and I spoke to her, right? I was like, Mom, did you know, Mom, you're very silly. And then she gave me this look. She was like, hmm? she was like, silly? You think I'm silly? And then she gave me a funny face. And I'm like, yeah, I think you're very silly. When I visit my friend's house, and sometimes when I see their parents around, their parents aren't as silly as you. Is it just a thing that happens when you get older that people aren't as silly anymore? There you go. Is it just a thing that happens as you get older that people stop being silly, right? And my mom just said, well, no, I think a lot of people are very silly. It's just that they know how to pick the time and place. But I feel like a lot of people care too much about appearing not silly, you know? Uh-oh, Mr. Sai. That is no bueno. That is no bueno. Yeah, they don't want to be silly around people they don't know well, right? Right, yeah. And so my mom is silly, you know. She's silly. She makes silly jokes when my friends come over. She's also silly around them. Like when we were playing board games at our place, my mom sometimes she does silly things, like putting random things on my head because she knows it makes my friends laugh. Yeah, even though it's a song, let's keep things less edgy here, okay? It's not nice to bring edgy things in just to be funny. Sometimes you can be silly around the people you love. Sometimes you jump into an empty trash bin. Yeah! I mean, if I love everyone in the world, if I have the capacity to be nice to everyone in the world, I will jump into a trash bin. But yeah, anyway, so my mum told me, yeah, well, some people, you know, they take themselves too seriously, but I think that's a very stressful way to live. And so, you know what she said to me? Like, this thing I think will stick with me for a long time. She said, if you are not embarrassed, then the people who are embarrassed if you feel like you're being judged, right? If you feel like you did something silly and you feel like you're being judged, if you're not embarrassed, then the person who's embarrassed is everyone else. Then everyone else is embarrassed. As long as you're not embarrassed, then everyone else is embarrassed. and therefore you win. and you get to have fun. Okay, it's a bit hard to translate it into English. It's a bit hard to translate it into English, but like you get it right. You get it right. Like she gave the example of, imagine you're going to a party and you wore the same dress as somebody else, right? Like of course everyone's gonna be embarrassed. Everyone's gonna you're gonna be embarrassed. Everyone's gonna be like, oh, that's so embarrassing. But you know what? If you don't act embarrassed, then the one that is truly embarrassed is the other person. Yeah. That's how you win at social encounters. Yeah, that is how you win at social encounters. And I really like that. Yeah, oh, your friend and your mom recently gave you the same advice. I really like that. I really like that, you know. It's a way to not take the world seriously. Oh, and you wanna hear an example of something that happened today? Something that happened at the grocery store today. So my mom and I, we go up to the cashier counter at the grocery store. We put two cucumbers on the counter. One of the cucumbers rolls off, and my mom goes, "Oh!" and I go, "Ah!" And you know what the cashier does in response to us? He goes, "Ah!" So it's just 3 of them in a row. Rule of thirds, yeah. And the thing is, my mom found it so funny, but like at that moment, I was really embarrassed because I was like, oh, the guy made fun of us. Oh, you know, because he was kind of giving us that look afterwards, right? And so like as we were walking away, I was like, oh mom, that was a little bit embarrassing. I feel like we shouldn't have screamed. And then she told me the advice of, hey, don't be embarrassed. That was pretty funny. And I was like, yeah, that was pretty funny. And she was like, yeah, if you're not embarrassed, and the shopkeeper and the cashier, if he was making fun of us, then if you're not embarrassed, then he's the one that should be embarrassed for being mean. But if you take it at face value and think of it as a funny encounter, then everyone wins, right? My mom should be a VTuber. Honestly, I never told her this. I mean, okay, I did, but I think she'd make a great streamer. She probably won't stream in English though. She probably won't stream in English. But I think she would be a very, very entertaining streamer. It's just that she's a little bit resistant to trying new things. And as you guys know, I talk about my mom a lot because I really like my mom, okay? Between my sister and my dad and my mom, the family member that I get along with the most is my mom. I guess it's just mostly genetic, you know. My sister is more similar to my dad, and I'm more similar to my mom. Mom nasa debut, and maybe one day, if I can sort of give her clearance on what is okay and not okay to say on stream, maybe it'll be fun to do a mom nasu stream, and have my sister come in as well. Yeah. It'll be really fun. I think she's got a lot of wisdom to share, but I also think that she views interpersonal relationships a little bit too coldly. But I don't know. Maybe because as I'm getting older, I'm starting to understand her more. Okay, Nosville told me to check stream chat. All right. What'd you send me? Oh yeah, the freedom is knowing you're cringe and choosing to be yourself anyway. Exactly. It's not, no, it's one day. Yeah, it's one day. You know, I would genuinely love to show her to you guys. I feel like you guys are gonna be like, oh, she's just like you, but old. She's just like you, but old. Yeah, that would be a lot of fun. Yeah, I'm a little bit sad that she's gonna be going again soon, because she's been gone for such a long time, and she only came back for a few months, and she has to go again. But life is like that, I guess. Life is like that when you move overseas. Hey, like she's still pretty good to her family in her hometown. She's pretty good to her family in her hometown. And so, you know, it's ironic because she told me that the reason she moved to Australia was because she wanted to get away from that family. She was like, you guys are so restrictive. I never got to do the fun things with my friends when I was young. And so she ran away to Australia. And now that she's old, and then after she gets older, she's even more devoted to them, you know? Distant makes the heart grow fonder. Yeah. Those aren't contradictory, of course. But I think, you know, because my home is in Australia. My home is in Australia. Sounds like a national anthem. Yeah, because I guess, you know, Australia is my home, and that's where my immediate family is. I would not move away. I would not move away. So I guess I don't have that, right? And I guess that's good, because that's a testament to my mom didn't want to raise me the restrictive way that her parents raised her. It makes you think that you should go back to your hometown to reconnect with your cousins. I mean, only if you want to, right? Only if you want to. So sometimes, you see, sometimes you're like, oh yeah, you know, I should reconnect. I should go back. I should say hi to everyone. And then you go back and you're like, oh shit, this is why I left. I mean, I don't have that experience, right? But I feel like I'm gonna have that experience once I move out. Once I move out of home, I'll be like, oh, I should go home more often. Goes home. Well, that was nice. Thank God I don't live here anymore. Yeah, maybe a nice holiday visit. There's I feel like this is how it is with all interpersonal relationships, right? Like, do you guys feel like you have different HP bars for different people in your life, different health bars for different people in your life, and sometimes, you know, you have people with larger health bars where you're like, okay, I don't mind spending this amount of time with you, but once that's over, it's over. And sometimes for some people, my HP bar is, look, listen, I don't hate this person in concept, but my HP bar for them is so incredibly low. Like, I love them and I respect them in concept, but unfortunately, for some reason, they're super effective against my social HP bar. I love you, but please shut up and leave me alone for a while. Yeah. And I think that's a pretty fun way to express, like, you know, the whole, like, I like you, I don't dislike you, I need space. You know, I think that's a great way to describe the I need space phenomenon. Just because you need space doesn't mean that you hate them. You see, like, I'm sure that you need space from Neg nasu as well. Because I remember that time when I used to stream for like 8 hours every single day. Yeah, I'm sure like I withered away your HP bar as well. which is why, like, I don't take it. You know, I used to take it super personally. This is something that is super embarrassing for me to admit. Okay, I used to take it super personally when I think this was like, especially when the community was smaller. When someone didn't show up to a stream, I would raid into a friend, and then I'll see that person chatting in that stream. I would take it super personally. I'll be like, oh, you hate me now. What did I do? And now I'm like, you know what, buddy? I get it. You need a break. HP bar moment. And like, I used to take, and even with friends as well, like, I used to take it super personally when a friend turns down hanging out with me, right? I used to take it super personally, and they're sort of hanging out with other people. And I'm like, oh, you said you're too tired, but oh, here you are hanging out with this other person. Oh, here, or like, oh, you didn't respond to my message. Oh, and here you are liking posts on Twitter. Right? I used to take that stuff super personally, and then at one point you realize, oh yeah, nah, I get it. You'll get back to me when you're ready, right? And like, once again, I think Davaris mentioned learning patience, like, oh, you're learning reference to learning patience, but like, it really is like learning that part of patience is learning that things are no big deal, right? Like, little social things like that are no big deal. Like, oh, you liked every single Twitter reply and you responded to everyone except for me? You must be ignoring me. No. Probably just didn't see your message, or couldn't think of what to say back to you, right? Couldn't think of what to say back to me. I really need to focus on my life. Sorry, we can't hang out, then go around gallivanting with all of our friends, and you're the odd one out. Ooh. Or yeah, okay. If you frame it like that though, that sounds really bad. Yeah, if you frame it like that, then that sounds really bad. I mean, they could be gallivanting with another friend, you know? Right? And also, like, another example is, what if someone's really not doing too well and they cancel because they're not feeling emotionally well, but then they go to a friend that they feel more comfortable talking about those emotional worries with, and those two end up hanging out. Like, that would feel really bad, right? Like, that would feel really uncomfortable, and that would feel really sad. But the truth of the matter is, like, different relationships serve different purposes in your life. And I'm not trying to frame this as like a, oh, you know, relationships are transactional kind of thing in your life, right? Like, you can love different people equally, but you know that some people are better at some things than others. Like, say for example, you have two friends that you like the same, but one friend is really good at installing air conditioning units. And friend A and the friend that isn't good at installing air conditioning units asks you, do you want to hang out on this day? And then you say, nah fam, I have serious home business to take care of. And they're like, cool. So then you hang out with the AC unit friend and you invite them over to hang out and they install your AC unit for you. You know? Yeah, different friends for different occasions, right? And of course, like I'm pretty sure that I also serve different purposes for different friends. So tell me, bro, what purpose do I serve? Which one of your streamers am I? Because I can 100% be sure that I'm not your sleepy streamer. I know some of you guys like to watch streams to go to sleep to. I am definitely not your sleepy streamer. Never thought about it in that way. Late night yapper, yeah. I mean it's fair. You don't have to think about it in that way. It's just that I like to think about stuff like this, right? The favorite one. Whoa. Ah, thanks, whoa. Early morning coffee buddy. Oh, I like that. Oh, I like that a lot. Oh, I really like that. I do help put you to sleep at night. Oh man, you must be really good at sleeping. I suck at sleeping, so I could not listen to this much yap when I'm trying to sleep. A streamer that trains you to tolerate introverts. What do you mean tolerate introverts? I need you to elaborate on that one. You always say you'll draw while I stream, but it's too interesting to tell. Oh no, I'm your distraction streamer. Thank you though, that's very flattering. Extroverts miss input. Extroverts. You know, actually that's really interesting because you know what I've been called once by one of my friends. I've been called the extrovert training wheel. because I'm not introverted. I'm definitely an extrovert. I like hanging out with people and I do get very chatty, but I'm also not super extroverted. So I'm like a comfortable level of extroversion. I'm probably a good simulation on what it's like to listen to my own child yap about the wildest things sometimes. Oh, I like to do that bit with my friends as well, you know? So do you ever end up hanging out with your friends and then your friend gets on the phone with another friend that's running late? And so the friend pushes the phone towards you and then you just start yapping the most annoying thing at the friend that's late and is on the phone because it's not your phone. I feel like it's very hard to explain what that means. Yeah, I'm the punishment friend. When my friend hands me the phone, I just start talking like this, and I start talking about the most boring things ever, and I'll be like, so did you know that today I went to the store, and on the way to the store, I saw a big dog, but it wasn't like big, like huge. It was only like a small big, like not like a large could eat you in one bite dog, but if this dog ate you, maybe it would eat you in like 5 bites. You know, you start talking like that. And because you can't hear the other person's reaction and you know that it was designed to annoy them. Like you have to put you have to put on the child voice, you know? That's your favorite silly voice of mine. The child voice that ends up talking about everything. Hi, hey, hi, hello, hi. It's a really fun voice to do. Like it feels like you can just straight up empty your brain. Hi. this stupid voice has given me so much brain rot though, because I feel like I genuinely become a babby when I use that voice. I can't say the word boring anymore. The word boring is too boring. You have to say boring. Yeah, it sounds like the 3 emote. Oh, it's the duality of Neg Nasu. Neg Nasu is gonna throw a rock at you, and with this voice, you want to throw a rock at Neg Nasu as well. Sorry. I hope you didn't hear that snort. That was me sucking in some mucus. Say it like that. When a friend brings their kid along, you start yapping with them until the kid asks, "Why do you not have someone?" Like how dad has... Legally, I'm not allowed to throw a rock at that child, right? Legally. You're gonna say this on Discord, but you and your family on a weekend trip to in a hotel room right now, but it's bad timing because assessments are gonna be. Plus exam, and it's literally the coming week. You may have to get off later, but you don't know when. You've already been here for an hour. Whoa! You know, you're already... Listen. I have become the most chill person since I started taking antidepressants. I have zero anxiety. Actually, no, that's not true. That's not true. The meds didn't fix me. But yeah, take some advice from me, okay? You're already on a weekend trip. You're in a hotel room. Enjoy the weekend trip with your family. You know what? Like, you have an assessment and 10% off your final mark. It's fine. You know who really cares about your wham at the end of the day? I mean, you're in your what, like second year, first year? You know, enjoy your weekend trip with your family. Your parents aren't going to be young forever. One day, they might not even be able to go on weekend trips. Who knows? One day, a devastating financial event might happen to your family and you won't be able to go on weekend trips. And so, I think you should not worry about your assignment right now and enjoy the time with your family. Oh, by the way, the other things that I said are not threats, by the way. I really really hope that you don't freak out from any of those, but it is the truth of the situation. You know? Enjoy your time. You've been reflecting on what you've been doing on Twitch for the past 4 months, and why you've been comfortable in the communities you follow. You worry that you're becoming parasocial. Ooh, parasocial, huh? That's a hard one. That's a hard one. Let's unpack that after I remind Torashi of the the existential crises. Second year, just a Japanese exam and a presentation you have to present on the same day. You're fine. Yeah, you're fine. I think you will be okay. You know what? You have a lot of siblings, right? I think you should annoy your siblings. You had a big day and your parents are eepy? Yeah, and you know what? If you're feeling eepy and you need to wind down from the day, I think you should wind down from the day. I heard a very, very pertinent piece of advice a few years ago, which was, do not make any big life decisions past 9 p.m. And I think studying for an exam is a big life decision. So you know what? Do not make any decisions. Simply sit there and empty your brain. But yeah, unless you're... Okay, seriously though, unless you're falling behind, I think you're good. I think you're fine. Enjoy the time you have left. Yeah, simply become the rock and then throw yourself. But all of your life decisions are past 9 p.m. That's different, Geigus, because you work the night shift. Your 9 p.m. is 9 a.m. So if you work the night shift, transform 9 p.m. to 9 a.m. and then recycle. Perhaps you feel worried about the presentation as well. HCI presentation, you've already gone over it once. You've already gone over it once? Already gone over it once. You're good. You're fine. You'll be okay. You're a smart cookie. I believe in you. If you think that you're not gonna do well, then you're being silly. Okay? You're being a silly Billy. Is that why you always put trash stuff after 9 p.m? Exactly. exactly. I don't think it's healthy to consume too much large cerebrally stimulating materials after 9 p.m. Okay. Now, back to Peak Italian's comment on you feel comfy in VTuber communities, but you always feel like you're getting parasocial. So I've got a question for you on that parasocial feeling, right? What makes you feel like you're getting parasocial? What makes you feel like you're getting parasocial? Because this is the hottest take from Neg nasu in the I guess in the internet sphere, which condemns every single kind of parasocial relationship. But I think some parasocial feelings are actually quite healthy, right? I think if you have no parasocial feelings whatsoever, then that is speaking to a lack of empathy. And especially in smaller VTuber communities, I've talked about this so much, so I'm just gonna like speed notes it, okay? Yada yada, we talk, I see your messages, I respond to you, I see you again, I say hi, I say hey, aren't you that guy? Yeah, it's a common topic, I guess, right? But I guess I've never really delved too much into it, so because there definitely are sort of lines that need to be drawn, right? Like name-dropping VTuber friends they have, and yesterday you mentioned something one of them did, and it stalled the stream to the point where they had to intervene. Okay. So I think what you experienced there in that stream wasn't a problem with being parasocial. I think what you experienced in that stream there was a problem with etiquette. Because generally, I think a lot of streamers, it's not really something that people know how to put their foot down on until it's too late, but it does get a little bit uncomfortable. Because imagine you're on stage, right? Imagine you're on stage and you're like sort of talking to everyone, maybe giving a TED talk, and you hand the mic to an audience member and they start talking about some other TED talk from someone else, right? They start talking about some other TED talk from someone else, and they just keep talking about it, and you feel too polite to take the mic back from them, but you want to get on with your topic, but this person's just like sort of gushing about somebody else. Like I think it's less, because like I used to interpret that as sort of like an ego problem, you know, like, oh yeah, you should get over yourself, let people talk about others. But I also think that it's generally just very awkward, you know, because everybody else came to the stream or everybody else came to the TED talk to see this specific person. And so it does end up getting a little bit awkward because nobody wants to be rude and say, hey, stop talking about this person. Nobody wants to be perceived as the person with the ego problem. But I'm sure that the person on stage, i.e. the streamer in this case, is also thinking, hey, you know, people came to see me. And if we keep talking about this person that I don't usually talk about to this extent, right, it might get really awkward. And so that's also something to consider. So I think that's also a big part of, I guess it's why it's etiquette to not bring up other streamers in a heavy way unless the streamer themselves bring it up. Yeah, the stream isn't a neutral space for discussing everything. Right. And I do want to say, a lot of streamers, they do have Discord servers. If you do want to discuss a thing that their friend did, you can talk about it in their general chat, you know? Yeah. Or you can say, hey, let's bring it up later, right? It's a lot of the time it is about time, place, occasion, because as much as we like to believe, as much as we internet creatures like to believe that on Twitch, on the internet, we can say whatever the heck we want because we're too awkward and too embarrassing in real life sometimes, there is a limit to how awkward we can be, right? It's the same reason why I ban people who have the first time chatter tag and they come in and they say, yeah, my dick. Whereas if it was a long time chatter who came in and said, yeah, my dick, I'll be like, wait, what? What's going on? Why? Why are you like this? right? It's about time, place, occasion, and familiarity, and consider the relationship you have with someone. And I think in that case, you know, if I treat first-timers differently from regulars, then what are we here to say about parasocialism? We're here to say that it's a two-way street. And I think sometimes there is a line between what is parasocial and what is social that people don't really know how to draw, right? Which is why I think a very good comparison would be... which is why I always compare it to a uni club, right? Like, you hang out with uni club members, and you're really friendly and you talk about things related to the club, but you're not necessarily their best friend forever, right? They would also find it awkward if suddenly you get mad at them because I thought we were best friends because we hung out at the club. We hung out at the club event once, you know? How come you didn't invite me to your birthday party, huh? Right? Because that would be super awkward because, yeah, we're friendly, but I don't know, bro. I wouldn't really consider you a close friend, right? So it's, once again, kind of like that, right? So what is parasocial is my question to you when you're concerned about getting parasocial. The biggest leap you would go towards being close to streamers is either being a mod or meeting them in person at a con, but that's it. That is true, right? Incidentally, Minecraft server destroyed from no invite. Bro, see, once again, this is why I don't have a Minecraft server, okay? Because if one of you guys ever hold a grudge against Neg naS, you're gonna come in and burn down everything. It's gonna be so sad. That Minecraft server had it coming. Oh, TLDR, for those of you who don't know, I have a friend who had an awful ex-boyfriend that I told her to break up with for a year because he burned down a friend's Minecraft server because the friend didn't invite him to the birthday party. Yeah, so that's the context for those of you who are missing it. You would never, you just fill the house with creepers. That's the same as burning it down. In fact, that's even crueler. That's dangling it in front of a guy. You, as the cool person you met at the uni tabletop club once, you did eat at a restaurant after club ended and talked on Instagram once though. Oh, I mean, to be fair, right? And he was 25 or something. Yeah. This was when we were 21 and the guy was 25. Oh, like I'm fairly sure that friend got yelled at like in the middle of a Macca's by one of our other friends. Like, I wasn't there to witness this, but that friend got yelled at in the middle of a Macca's and she cried a lot and she complained to me and she was like, "Can you believe it? You said I was dating a man-child." And I was holding my tongue at that point. I was like, I don't want to say it. I don't want to say it, but it's true. She is dating a man-child. You see, I was spineless back then. If I, as I am, were put in the same situation now, I would say, "Hey, bro, you know what? You are dating a man-child." So, you know, sometimes you gotta be brutally honest, and I wasn't able to be brutally honest, and maybe that's why she dated him for another year. Easy solution, just make the server have no rules. It'll always be pure chaos. I guess you can't hold on to anything you love, you know? Value nothing. If he's like that at 25, he's a man. Yeah, he is! He is! I would never burn down someone's Minecraft server. After that discussion, you gotta say grazie? Oh, no, of course. The pleasure is all mine, bro. I'm always happy to help untangle your mind spaghetti. Your brain spaghettis, you know? Because I know how hard it is to untangle brain spaghettis, right? And even when you go to friends to untangle your brain spaghettis, there's always this sort of awkwardness of, this person knows me personally, and there's this extra layer of embarrassing thing that I don't want to say out loud. Well, worry not, my friends, because I'm with Neg Nasu is willing to say the embarrassing thing out loud and tell you it's okay. Don't blame yourself. We good. You mean what if it's in reverse though? What if you want to invite the cool tabletop club person to your birthday party even if you only met once? This is actually happening to you right now. Well, invite the person. The worst thing they're gonna... Okay. I was gonna say the worst thing they could do is say no, but there's actually something worse that they could do. The worst thing is they'll be like, oh, this girl's creepy. We only met once and she's inviting me to her birthday party. Better burn down her Minecraft server. But you know what? You know what? If that person thinks that way, then they weren't they weren't friend material in the first place. No, worse, they can say roll d20 for charisma. Well, the worst thing that could happen from that is you fail the roll. See, I don't see any negatives. I don't see any negatives. So I think roll initiative. Hey, you wanna come to my birthday party? Booming voice from the sky. Roll initiative. Oh, I love that. I love that. I love that so much. Yeah, no, I think you should invite that person to your birthday party. If they don't come, well then don't worry too much about it. See, they could be busy, okay? So don't take it personally. They could be busy. Oh, yeah. That's nice though. That's nice. It's been a while since I invited anyone to my birthday party. If having a birthday stream counts as a birthday party. I don't know though. It feels different from personally inviting someone to your birthday party as opposed to being like, hey guys, birthday's happening. Be there or not. See, like, cause I don't know. Usually, like, I spend the day of my birthday streaming, right? And then usually the celebration happens the week after, when everyone else is free. Welcome back, Henpai. Are we uncrafting my mining? Oh no. I'm not we're not talking about uncrafting the mine. It's different, but they're still events. Yeah. Like one of them is having an open house. The other one is inviting people. You see, I'm afraid of inviting people to my birthday party in case they don't come. So in the past, I have had a very awkward situation where I was so worried that nobody would come to my birthday party that I invited everyone that I was remotely friendly with to my birthday party. And unfortunately, well, or fortunately, 90% of them showed up. And it was too crowded. And it was really awkward. And it was an uncomfortable experience for everyone involved. Because like, some of the people didn't mix. A lot of the people didn't mix. And the bill at the end was a nightmare to untangle. And the worst thing is, a lot of people, they sent the money to the wrong bank account. So I didn't even get reimbursed for footing the bill. Because I wrote the wrong bank account on the event. And I was too embarrassed to tell people that it was wrong. I mean, this was when I was 19. Okay, this was when I was 19. So I haven't thrown a birthday party like that ever again. Did I contact for a refund? No. I was 19 and I was stupid and I was too scared. Lesson learned. Never throw birthday party ever again. Ryskin the healer, welcome. Thank you for the follow, bro. Welcome. So a random dude got it all. Yeah, a random dude got it all. And the worst thing is the random dude didn't even refund. He was like, oh sweet, free money. Even though like the description for the money is like thanks for inviting me to your birthday party, Neg Nasu. And the random guy is like, oh boy, sucks to be Neg Nasu, my money now. Maybe it was also their birthday, July the 9th. July the 9th. Their name was also Neg Nasu, huh? Well, I guess there is Twitter user Neg Nasu. That's not me. You'd rather intentionally cause yourself a significant physical pain over having mildly awkward social interactions. So true. So true. You see, I was so scared of mildly awkward social interactions when I was 19, and now I manufacture them on twitch.tv almost every night when I'm healthy. 1 second. I gotta suck up some mucus. There's only one other streamer that you check that goes in some big discussion about life that besides me, and that's Globable. Maybe I'll check that person out too. You missed someone's high five. You missed someone's high five last week. You've yet to recover. I would think about that. I would think. Oh, you know, I mean, I feel like everyone's had this experience, right? You think someone's waving at you and giving you a high five, but it's actually the person behind you. I feel like everyone's had that. Everyone's had that. There's nothing new. Yeah. But still, I feel like I gotta take my mom's advice, okay? I gotta take my mom's advice and just laugh and be like, haha, oh, I thought it was me, haha. And if I'm not embarrassed, they should be embarrassed for flaunting that hand in public. Anyone could misunderstand. That's awful, that's awful, that's awful. I'm sorry, that's awful. Oh, that's really bad. Oh. Sorry, I gotta suck up more mucus. 1 sec, gotta mute. Sorry, I'm still in espresso, a little coffee. Yeah, I failed the mucus check. You accidentally turned the light off on a guy using the toilet in a public restroom. You didn't go back to him. I wasn't a fan of the mucus flavor. No, I wasn't. I'll spare you the details. No, I don't believe hand holding is illegal. I just think it's you know what? I'll be honest. I think it's rude to wave at someone in public that is behind someone else and expect the person in front not to misunderstand. I think it is rude. I don't know about you, but okay, no, maybe it's not rude. But I think you should expect the person in front to misunderstand, right? If you think the person in front is a weirdo for misunderstanding, then that's on you. Then you're rude. I think it's a rude. Gorgeous Van, thank you for the follow. Welcome. You think the worst thing you've seen was someone talking to you about a mutual friend while the mutual friend was standing behind them? Bro, I've had this experience before. So there was somebody once upon a time who was very mean to me at uni from the anime club. Oh, 1 sec. And so, you know, I was freaking out about an exam, right? I was freaking out about an exam, and I was like, oh no, what am I gonna do? This exam, I completely forgot about it. It's today, right? What am I gonna do? And that guy from the anime club came up to me and said, oh, you forgot about an exam today? Haha, no worries. Just fake an anxiety attack and and like they'll let you out of it. They'll let you reschedule it. Haha, I've done it so many times. And I hated that. I hated that so much. That's really rude. Like I don't know, bro. That's really unethical. That feels really bad. And so, and yeah, kind of messed up. So I walk away from that, right? And so a week later, I'm sitting at lunch and I'm complaining about this guy. Let's just call him Nick. One sec. Sorry, I haven't talked so much since I got sick. Yeah, let's call him Nick, right? And so I'm complaining about him at lunch to a friend, and I was like, yeah, he told me to do this. I think that's really messed up. And so the friend that I was sitting with, she thought it would be really funny to be like, oh, Nick, oh, hey, isn't he right there? She stands up and like walks behind me and goes like, oh, hi, Nick. And in that moment, I felt my life flash before my eyes. He wasn't actually there, but I was filled with the kind of fear that you experience where you know you get so spooked in that moment where it feels like somebody shot you, right? It feels like the adrenaline physically hurts. The adrenaline actually hurts. Where it feels like someone got like a tiny little drill and drilled a hole in your chest. And now you're like, ow! Oh! And you're trying to recover, right? The heart drop, yeah. And the worst thing is, usually with those kinds of heart drops, like they stay around for long enough that it wears off on its own. But the fact that I find out immediately after that it was a false alarm, somehow I feel a little bit blue-balled, you know? Like my existential dread feels blue-balled. And now everything goes back to normal. And in fact, everything going back to normal so fast feels even worse, you know? Physical pain, that kind of physical pain. Yeah, I got the actual anxiety attack, but it was for half a second. And the thing is, I wasn't even saying really bad things about him. I was just saying, wow, can you believe this guy? I can't believe he got away with that. That's really bad. And that's also where I learned the lesson of if you want to talk about someone, you probably shouldn't talk about them in a place that they could feasibly show up in. And you shouldn't talk about them with someone who will scare you like that. Yeah, that counts as borderline snitching. Yeah. You're gonna steal that when your friends talk about some others. But I also think in general it's not good to so easily talk badly about others, right? Unless there's a reason for it. Oh god. Sorry. I'm still kind of recovering from being an espresso. I forget how much I talk during streams, bro. It's kind of throwing me for a loop. Up that there's more mucus. Haha. Every time. Every time. Streamer forgets how to streamer. I got water. I got water. Remember, guys, stop sucking it up and blow my damn nose. Okay, I'll blow my nose. I just don't like how it's. I just don't like how it sounds when I blow my nose. Man, I wanted to do a long stream today, but I guess it has to be short, lest my mucus gets worse. Yeah. What else happened in the few days that I was... Why do I keep saying like that? I don't know. What do you mean? What am I saying it like? I'm just talking about my mucus. You sound like a damn elephant when you blow your nose, but you don't see you complaining. I know. Oh, does anyone else have the issue of when you blow your nose, the little bits of tissue fly everywhere and it gets all over your shirt, and you look like a child that stuck their face in a pile of cream? Yeah, you get it too? Yeah. Because I have really bad allergies, especially in the morning when I wake up, right? Every morning I wake up and I see my mom. She's like, "Hey, why do you have tissue all over yourself? What kind of tissue am I using?" I'm using normal tissue. I'm using Flero 180 quality tissues. It is also ABC Tissue Products, Party Limited, 3436 Redfern Street, Wetherill Hill. Packed in Australia from local and imported materials, a proudly Australian-owned company. Flero 180 quality facial tissues. And also sometimes I use Kleenex. And also sometimes I use toilet paper. You never had tissue that would fall apart? Wait, really? Really? I mean, I use all kinds of tissues and they all fall apart. Sometimes they don't though. But anyway, so it's been a problem for me because I keep getting tissue pieces stuck in front of me. I'll let you hear how I blow my nose, okay? Okay, ready? See? Right there. I got tissue flakes everywhere. I got tissue flakes everywhere. Again. See? Oh, you don't see. But look. See? But you don't see. The only tissue brand which doesn't literally explode everywhere is literally just strong paper towels, which are horrible for blowing your nose with. We definitely just sneeze too powerfully. Oh, you can sneeze loud. Oh, you can sneeze loud. Oh, you can sneeze louder. Oh, are you challenging me to a loud sneeze contest? I can sneeze so much louder. Ready for this? Ready for this, bro? I need 2 tissues to stack up. Okay? Well, hold on. I need to build up more mucus before I sneeze. I'll hurt my nose. No. I usually sneeze I usually blow my nose very loud. Okay, so I think the problem is I gotta reload. I think the problem when I blow my nose is though, sometimes I don't blow my nose to get the mucus out. Sometimes I blow my nose because just the inside of my nostrils are itchy and I don't want to pick my nose. And so I end up just blowing really, really hard to make the itchy go away. Is there a way to make your nose less itchy without blowing it really hard? You prefer Charmin Ultra, strong toilet paper for blowing your nose. Doesn't come apart or dry out your skin like tissue paper does. Charmin Ultra! That's the brand of tissue paper. That's the brand of toilet paper that the professor that wrote the awful World of Warcraft academic paper and then he named his World of Warcraft character after it. Oh, Charmin Ultra. That's where I remember it from. Yeah. I once read an awful academic paper on stream. I once read an awful academic paper on stream where the guy's footnotes were longer than the actual page, and in one of the footnotes he mentioned how he named his World of Warcraft character after the Charmin Ultra tissue papers. Did I out myself, bro? No, wasn't me, cause that guy has like a 10 plus year the what's it called, tenure. That's right, 10 plus year tenure. Oh, I'm loaded. I'm looking loaded. Check this out, guys. Oh, that feels good. Hear this? Now that's mucus. Free nose. That's nice. Yeah. Yeah, all of the mucus is out. Yeah. Careful, I might make some blood. Yeah, that's true. That's true. My nose has been my nose has been very, very bloody lately. Anyway, enough talk about all of this stuff that doesn't matter. I just want to tell you all that the month of May is officially over! See, I've always considered May to be my very haunted month. So if you remember last year, some of you guys might not remember last year, but last year, May was also a really, really bad month for me, and I couldn't stream much, and I was very dead on Discord, as you guys have seen. And also, this year, May was also really bad. So now that it's June, things are getting better, right? Things are gonna be really good now, right, bros? Sounds like a me problem. Just aim your nostril into a throwaway bucket and shoot your ammo into the metal shooting. What kind of crystallized boogers are you producing? My dad's got kidney stones, but I think you've got sinus stones. Anyway, May has been an awful month, and so now that it's June, things are gonna get better, right, bro? Oh, you think they're called polyps when you're ill? I'd rather not call them polyps, thank you very much. Yeah, you hate May too, reminds you of your birthday and it haunts you. Oh, happy belated birthday, Ars. Happy belated birthday. What did you come here to? Oh, you're just coming here to me talking about how May is a very, very cursed month. So last year, May was also a very cursed month for me. I don't remember what happened, but I remembered being very, very, very caged and very sick at the same time. But I think, you know what I think it is? This is my personal theory, right? May is when the weather turns from very hot to very cold and vice versa, right? I think I'm just physically weak. I think I just don't have a very good constitution. But I always like to think of myself as someone with a very big constitution. And also, I don't know, it's just the transition to winter, right? The transition to winter always makes me really sad and a little bit lazy. And also, apparently I messed up my meds this year because I kept them in my pocket. Rolled low on constitution. Right, rolled low on constitution. Exactly. Oh, stats con minus 100. Wait, oh yeah, speaking of con. So I don't go on Twitter very often, right? As you guys may know, I've sort of toned down my Twitter posting. Just because I don't really like using Twitter. Yeah, I just don't really like using Twitter anymore. But I've also been noticing that there is a convention happening on Twitter, and where all of the American VTubers are headed to, Offkai, I believe, right? And so, have any of you guys heard about Offkai? Huh? I guess for those of you who haven't heard about Offkai, so the word Offkai is actually a borrowed term from Japanese VTuber communities, and Offkai literally, so off, is short for offline, kai is like, I guess, short for, kaigi, right, meeting, right, gathering. It's short for gathering. So Offkai is usually used to refer to online communities meeting up in real life. Yeah, offline gathering. Yeah, in Japanese communities, and usually it's applied to stuff like MMORPG guilds or just like online friend communities and all that, right? And so I guess like a lot of Japanese net slang kind of came over into the English side of the internet because of VTubers, right? Isn't that basically just convention? Not exactly. No, not exactly. It's more like a meetup. And Offkai is a meetup, but because, this Japanese net slang came over into the English side of the internet because of VTubers. The English VTuber offline convention is called Offkai, right? Yeah, it's like if you went to meet up with your guildmates offline. Yeah. So there's a little bit of Japanese net trivia for you. Oh, good morning, Voice of the Void. Welcome. Yeah. Yeah, you're pretty sure that's in your hometown right now, you think. Oh, I know where you live! You live in the place that Offkai is being hosted. Yeah, so anyway, so I was looking at that and I was like, oh man, aren't people scared of showing their faces at a VTuber convention? Because there's a bunch of VTubers being like, I'm going, you know, And I don't know, this is just a bit of a tangent for me, right? And I was just thinking, oh, to be honest, even if I lived there, I probably wouldn't go. I feel a little bit sad to say, but I feel like I've outgrown conventions, you know? And this is coming from someone who went to anime conventions from when I was like 13. No, it's not that I'm too old. It's just that I find that there's not a lot of things that I'm interested in doing at a convention, you know, except for meeting friends. Hag status. No, it's more like a been there, done that status, right? And I find that a lot of the stuff that I'm into tends to be very niche. So even then, I won't be able to find merch for it. Like in the artist alley, not a lot of people are making merch for the stuff that I like. Not a lot of cosplayers are cosplaying the stuff that I like because I like more niche things and more specific things. Like I stopped really following super popular series. No Arknights. Yeah, there doesn't seem to be any Arknights, which is actually very surprising because Arknights isn't niche. But like, you know, there's other stuff that I like Kimi ga Shine. I'm a big fan of that series, but there's not a lot of stuff on Kimi ga Shine. And also I like, you know, I still do very much enjoy the utaite culture, and I was expecting some fan arts for utaites, but there's not really any utaite fan art, right? And if you consider me to be, you know, a part of some sort of like net culture, right? I like niche stuff. I liked like semi-niche stuff so much that I became a semi-niche piece of content. So that's fun, right? That's fun. Cosplaying became too much and you weren't living close to a con anymore. Yeah. Like I used to like going to cons to cosplay characters that I like, right? And to meet other people who cosplay the same things that I like. But then So I used to use cosplaying as a way to signal to people, hey, I like this thing, let's be friends. And so that was when I used to like cosplay kankore, right, at conventions. And then it turns out not a lot of people knew what I was cosplaying. And when I liked GFL as well, I didn't get to cosplay GFL, but still. And you know the worst thing is, right, I didn't choose the popular characters to cosplay. Like from kankore and stuff like that, right? I didn't choose the popular characters. I chose the niche characters because I'm like, oh, well, if I want to make friends, then a real fan would recognize the niche characters. Yeah, a real fan would recognize the niche characters. And then the result is that nobody recognizes you. And then you feel sad. Except for like maybe one person who recognizes you. And then they're like, whoa, are you cosplaying this thing from that thing? My friend likes that. And then they walk away and they don't take a picture. And you're like, man, I guess I wasn't able to make any friends. And also I tried tabling as well. So I used to table quite a bit actually. But once again, I would draw niche things. or not even niche things that just aren't really popular in the Australian con scene. And once again, nobody would buy them. Nobody would buy them and nobody would talk to me and I wouldn't have made any friends. Like I would have like one or two really popular things and they would sell like hotcakes, but then the real niche things that I liked, nobody was interested. You remember being called a Homestuck character when you were cosplaying as Poker Face Gumi? I'm so sorry. Oh, I'm so sorry. You remember a friend telling his cosplay story when he dressed up as Kakashi and the kids said, nice Gojo cosplay. I guess it's funny to me as someone who grew up with Naruto, right? And you kind of have to realize, oh no, Jujutsu Kaisen is the new Naruto, but I do not care for Jujutsu Kaisen. Like maybe one day I'll check it out, right? Maybe one day I'll check it out. But I don't know. Right now, it's a little bit too popular, and I don't like being pressured into liking popular things. But yeah, I guess I just always really liked niche things, you know. Because I've talked about this before, right? I don't like feeling pressured to like things. Do you guys feel that, bro? Do you guys feel that, bro? Like, it's not that popular things are bad. I just don't like feeling pressured into liking things. Yeah. It's sort of, say for example, if I started watching a new series, I would not talk about it with my friends, with you, with anyone, until I finished binging the series. Because as soon as someone says, oh, you should keep watching it, you're gonna love this part, or you're gonna love what happens later, I feel like a deer in headlights. I'm like, okay, I have to pay attention to this part. What if I don't like it? What if I don't watch it correctly? And also, I don't want to watch it anymore. I don't know. It's just, I don't know why I suddenly lose motivation, right? I think the last time I kept up to date with something that I was watching was actually Wish from Mercury. I kept up to date with something that I shared with everyone while it was ongoing was Wish from Mercury. Yeah, they put expectations on you, and I think like when I was younger, I was very much sort of like following things week by week, participating in online discussions about, oh, this week was so cool, I wonder what's gonna happen next week, and then we make theories together, and then we draw fan art as we wait for the next week, and everything's really cool as we look for new content and new theories to make. And then I guess like that became too much pressure, right? Because I felt like I was pressured to keep up to date with all of the new content. So I was able to keep up with the discussion that was happening, to make theories with everyone, to talk about it, you know, to talk about it and to make theories with everyone. And I think I burnt myself out on that. And it's been like almost... It's been like the better half of a decade, and I still have not recovered from the burnout. Because I guess like... Oh god, here comes therapy with Neg Nasu again. And I guess like, for me, that was my main way of making friends and staying social, was to be up to date with everything and to be like the one with all the knowledge, the one who knew everything, and the one who came up with the coolest theories, you know? And I was like that with Pokemon games when I was a kid as well. And I guess it's like a self-esteem thing as well, where like I didn't know how to make friends properly, so all I could do was info dump. All I could do was info dump and make theories about things that we all like. And then there's like a bunch of friends that I made in those circles that I don't really talk to anymore because, once again, I didn't know how to talk about things outside of interests, but I was deeply lonely. Put your hand up if you know exactly how I feel. I'm putting my hand up, but my model doesn't have the capabilities. Hand up. Anime was more niche when we were younger, I feel. Yeah, anime was more niche when we were younger, right? You kept it all to yourself because you knew nobody would like it like you did. I did the opposite. I tried to convert people into the things that I liked. Try with two friends who are very big on Australian politics. You could not understand what they're saying. Oh yeah, I feel like I should start learning more about Australian politics because I feel like it's my civic duty, but I think it's boring. And I think I feel like a bad person for saying that it's boring, but it just kind of is, you know? But I also feel like it's my civic duty to know what's going on. I'm calling you out when you try to be hip with the kids and to aid in teaching. Yeah, but instead of aiding in teaching, try applying that to your friend baking strategies. It does not work. It took me until like my early 20s to learn how to truly make a friend outside of shared interests. You find it hard to try and convert people if they show absolutely zero interest. Yeah, you're not good at talking to people about things. Even worse at finding people to talk about those things with. Yeah. I mean, the fact that we're all here right now and we're just talking about things generally, though, doesn't that mean that we're good at that we got better at talking to people, bros? Doesn't that mean that we got better at making conversation that isn't just specifically about one topic? Isn't that comforting? Even though sometimes I still brain dump at us. I would like to believe so, right? I would like to believe so. But I guess that's why I guess that's like, I guess that's also why I have like a really high standard for who I consider a close friend. Because for me, a close friend is someone who would be able to get into the weird things that I'm into wholeheartedly and listen to me wholeheartedly. And I feel like that's very rare. Yeah, okay, I think we all agree it's hard to make friends. Count Silas, thank you for the follow as well. And also, Azechu, you followed earlier and I forgot to say thank you. So thank you, bro. You teaching laws for the first time, you can see me getting sleepy from boredom. Yeah, no, I get sleepy from boredom a lot. But I got very good at gaslighting myself into believing that I'm super into something. I got really, really, really good at like absorbing the other person's energy in conversation, being like, yeah, this is the coolest thing ever. Yeah, bro, that's so cool. I'm so into it right now. Sometimes I feel like I don't have a personality because my personality is just a amalgamation of everyone else around me, and I'm just picking up bits and pieces about them and their interest that I think is really cool. But I guess that's how you develop a personality. I guess that's how people are. I guess what are we? What are we but a constellation of everybody else who has once touched us in our lives? I am but a constellation of neurons that have been dyed by the other constellations of neurons, of thoughts and feelings around me. Bro, that's so deep, bro. I mean, it is a very romantic way to think about it, right? You love people that will listen to you, but you feel like your life revolving around video games makes it hard to get conversation going. I feel that though, which is why I do find it very hard to sort of break the first barrier of talking to someone, which is, I guess, you know, that's one of the things that streaming has helped me with. Like, sort of meeting every conversation with I didn't used to go on this many tangents. Did you guys know? I didn't used to go on this many. Oh, actually, no, I'm thinking back to my first few streams. I think I did. But I didn't used to be I didn't used to be so good at going on. No. You know what? Maybe I always went on tangents. Objection. Okay, fine. No, I started getting good at tangents before I started streaming. But it's sort of, I used to not talk to people at all unless I was like, okay, there is an objective in this conversation. This conversation has an objective, and the objective of this conversation is I want to info dump about this thing, or I want us to discuss this thing. If there is no objective, then I see no merit to the conversation, right? And once I grew out of that, I start realizing, whoa, every conversation has merit, bro. Unless the other person is really annoying, then I want out. Right? And I really like that. I really like being able to find something interesting about conversation with everyone, because I am someone who finds it hard to talk to someone unless it's about something that I'm hyperfixated on, right? Or about something that I'm into, right? And so my life hack for getting better at conversations with people is simply that for the duration of the conversation that we're having, whatever you're talking to me about is going to be my new hyperfixation. And my brain got really good at gaslighting myself into sort of becoming a hype man for the other person. As a baby, I had tangents. No, actually, I was a very quiet baby. Yeah, no, I didn't cry much. I was a quiet baby. I was quiet and mischievous, and I just kind of sat there. I was a very well-behaved baby. Yeah, practice makes perfect, as they say. And now I can't escape the tangents. Now I have more tangents than a circle. God, please help me. It just makes you think of that hypocrite that you are. You only rely on the chemicals in your brain to tell you that they are chemicals. That's circular, bro. That is circular. You love people that will listen to you, but you feel that your life revolving around video games makes it hard to get conversation. Yes. So that particular point is very, very difficult. I remember there was this once I went to a job interview. So this was when I first entered uni, and I wanted to get a job in retail. And so it was one of those, I guess, like university student center places. So it wasn't exactly retail, but it was more like, how do I put it? Like a student community leader kind of thing, but you get paid for it. Yeah, you get paid for it, but you function as a student point of contact. And so it was a group interview, right? Group interview. It was sort of like a trial thing where you were made to they gave you 10 minutes to prepare for a presentation. Actually, no, they didn't even give you 10 minutes. They were just like, all right, you come up, your turn, give a presentation, you come up, your turn. And so they wanted you to talk for 5 minutes about something that you're passionate about, right? Like they wanted you to talk about something that you're passionate about. And so like everyone came out, and one guy talked about, oh yeah, I'm passionate about NFL. Oh yeah, I'm passionate about travel. Oh, I'm passionate about food. And so for me, I came up and I started talking about, I'm passionate about video games. And I like gave many examples about how like video games can be fun, but also there are many kinds of video games. Did you know that there are kinds of video games video games are a great tool for empathy, you know? Like I talked about video games as a tool for empathy, for learning, and for telling stories and all that, and how it puts the player in the driver's seat, and it makes it more personal and everything. And instead of clapping, because after everybody, thank you for the resub, Lockie. Welcome. Oh, also AOH, good evening. Welcome. Hooray, I'm recovering from being sick, but I've still got a bunch of mucus. Now that I say that, the mucus in my nose is bothering me very much. 1 second. Do I suck or do I blow? Too late. Anyway. Anyway, so after everybody else's presentations, like the whole class, the whole room of people, they clapped and then they go, woo, yeah, woo. They're going, woo, yeah, woo, right? And so after my presentation, instead of the woo, yeah, woo, woo, legend, I get the polite, the reaction to my presentation was just polite. And needless to say, I was not called back. I did not get the position after that. Yeah, 10 minutes for someone's passion about the Warhammer 40k lore. Yeah, why'd it have to be like that, right? And so that made me really sad, because I was like, I don't think my presentation was worse than everybody else's. I feel like, I'm not gonna lie, I feel like I actually talked about something important, Video games are a very important tool, and I think I was very articulate, and I think I was very good at getting my points across. I think they just didn't like gamers. Yeah, no, I think the test was to see if you were good at appealing to people's emotions. And I think the test was supposed to be, are you good at, convincing people? Are you good at being a people person? Well, suffice to say, I think I failed. I think I came off as too intense. But a part of me still feels salty about that. But anyway, so we were talking about learning how to talk to people, right? The path of learning how to communicate with people in your life instead of like info dumping on people. It's stupid hidden criterias. Yeah, they don't know nothing. Tell me it wasn't the slow clap too. It wasn't the slow clap. It was a regular clap. It was just kind of polite. Pelicans, welcome. Long time no see, bro. I'm still recovering from being sick. But yeah, sometimes you just want to show your friend your thing and just make happy noises at them for an hour. Yeah. And I think there's someone out there for everyone, right? Or rather, there is a demographic of human being out there for every kind of human being, and you will always find your people. Like this earlier today, I saw a video on the internet about loneliness in adulthood and how people feel like they're cornered because of the loneliness that they feel in their adulthood, and there's nothing that they can do, so they turn to stuff like dating apps and dating services, and it ends up being really, really, it makes them feel even more lonely, and it sort of makes them have like a worse perception of the world, right? And so it really you think you watched that video. Yeah, I watched that video, and part of me feels like, because a large part of that video was talking about like these people, they aren't looking for someone to sex, it wasn't, they weren't looking for physical intimacy. They were looking for someone to talk to and someone to understand them, right? And so there are there's a lot of people out there who exploit loneliness in order to make a quick buck, but instead they make the loneliness worse. Like Twitch stream. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Twitch. Or am I? Or am I? It actually made me stop and consider for a bit, right? Yeah, it made me stop and consider for a bit, because I'm like, are any of you guys lonely, bro? Are you? I mean, no, that's a bad question. That's a very bad question. But I think they have you don't know about streamers and content creators. They have a helpful effect, but like, yeah, they can't be your sole source of getting rid of the loneliness, right? Yeah, don't I stream because of loneliness? Well, here's the thing, right? I started streaming because of loneliness. I started streaming because of loneliness, and I thought that I was very naive, okay? I wanted to be loved and appreciated. And I thought that because I saw other VTubers doing it and they got so much love and appreciation and everyone appreciate every small thing about their VTuber, I was like, oh well, I want to be loved as well. Right? And then I realized I already have love in my life from my family and my friends, right? Like what I was seeking from streaming was not healthy. And now I don't stream because I'm lonely. I stream because I like you guys. Yeah. No, I stream because I like you guys. And I think like for streamers, I think it's a very dangerous road to go down if you're streaming because you're lonely, because like that put me in a bad spiral back then, right? Loneliness and purposelessness are very common targets for people to exploit, not just financially. A lot of cults, etc. target those people too. I sound like an AI. Oh wow, do I sound like an AI? Ha 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 ha. Wow. Well, I mean, AI voices are getting very good these days. It's very, very hard to tell. You were comfortable alone for a while, but then a girl made you feel valued. Hope is the enemy of contentment and the mother of despair. That's really hard, right? There's a lot of people out there that prey on loneliness, that's how people get into debt. That's how, like, have you heard of these people who are like, oh, I have a Discord mommy or something like that, and then like, or like people who become Discord mommies and like send money to people so that just so they have someone to talk to, right? If AI now sounds like humans, does that mean all humans sound like AI? Oh, well. Would an AI do this? I've got some mucus. Would an AI blow their nose? That reminds you of GFE and VFE content. See, that's see, that's rough, right? That's rough. I think anytime someone says that they'll be your mommy, you're internally screaming. I don't know. It's like it just makes me feel sad, because I guess if I were in a bad space, you know, I could totally see myself falling victim to all those loneliness scams. I could totally see myself falling victim to the loneliness scams, and it's scary, you know, it's scary, because the video I watched was like a rabbit hole of this perfectly normal guy falling down the rabbit hole of sort of deluding himself, like one step at a time, being like, oh, it's fine. I mean, like, look, I don't really have anyone else to talk to, so I mean, it's fine. It's just somebody to chat with for a little bit. And then the more he dips his toes into these kinds of services, the worse it gets, because once he gets a little taste of that sort of companionship, it kind of spirals downwards, because he doesn't have like a stable support system in his life. Yeah, that's the video. Yeah, you're thankful you do. Okay, wife have her. Look at her, she has a wife. Right? And it's just rough, you know. I don't know why I brought up this, but I just want everyone to take care of themselves. You know, I want you guys to take care of yourselves, and if you are feeling lonely, just know that people won't think that you're weird if you talk to them, right? Like I unfortunately, I will say this out loud, right? I will say this straight up, right? Like, when it comes to talking to VTubers, I believe that it is 100% possible for a viewer and a VTuber to form a friendship. Like, I believe it's like 100% possible. Like, as long as the VTuber isn't like putting themselves on a pedestal and keeping like a super big distance, right? I think it's perfectly possible. But I also think that it's the same as how that sounds insane, impossible. No. How do you think people become mods? But I think so. How do I phrase this in a way that doesn't come out strange? I think you remember the thing I said about like stamina for people, right? Stamina for certain things. I think some people think that they would like to be friends. I think some people think that they would like to be friends with a VTuber, but then, like, because they have high stamina when they're sort of like looking at the VTuber on screen, right? Their HP is high when the VTuber is talking to everybody on stream, right? But then when you actually become friends with them, you realize that your HP for the VTuber or for the person is actually really low, because now you're the only one that they're talking to, and you're like, oh shit, I gotta respond. And so I think so what I'm trying to say here is, like, at the end of the day, we're all people, right? And so sometimes distance is a good thing, because sometimes the annoying things about the person are actually a lot more bearable when you have that distance, right? And that goes both ways. Yeah, that goes both ways. Counter scenario. It seems they don't have the stamina for they don't have the social stamina, right? And there was this scenario where like somebody said, I think it was Happy Jalapeno, he said, Neg, I like you as a person, I would never be your friend. And I'm like, you know what? I'm not even mad about that. And I think sometimes that really is the limit to some of our social relationships, right? And so this is my way of saying, like, don't rule out Twitch interactions as being like a valid form of interaction, but also know that everybody else has sort of like a social barrier, right? Because I think it's perfectly fine to have chit chat that means something to you without being best friends forever with the other person, right? Because sometimes like it's a lot easier to talk about heavy things with someone that you have a bit of distance with. Wait, I'm talking so vaguely. All right. You know what? I think it's pretty obvious. Okay, I think it's pretty obvious. Look, once upon a time, Neg Nasu made friends with a viewer, and then that viewer realized that they don't, and like that viewer realized that wait, Neg Nasu is actually really tiring to be friends with. I don't want to be friends with her anymore. And that made me really sad because I was like, what? But you used to come to all of my streams. And then they were like, sorry, man. It's not you, it's me. And that made me realize something. Maybe sometimes the barrier between the VTuber and the viewer is not to protect me, it's to protect you. Protect you from me. But also it's my way of saying like don't judge, because I know a lot of people feel really sad about not being able to be friends with some of the VTubers they watch. I just want people to be kinder to them, you know. This dog on a leash is to protect you, not the dog. Little mustard puddle, welcome. Oh, I got a little mucus puddle. Check it out. Also, Fleshy, thank you for the follow. Welcome. You're locked in here with me. Parasocial gang, rise up. Grimtail. No! You think the harsh reality of loneliness is because of technologies we don't rely on each other for our entertainment anymore? I think it really is. It's like getting harder to sort of like, you know, rely on each other and check in on each other even. I feel like, you know, I don't want to call anyone out, right? But sometimes I do see I do see community members sometimes if I notice that if you're a regular and if you are going through a very hard time and your messages have been getting increasingly worrying, I will check in. Like, I will send a DM and I'll be like, hey man, sorry if this is overstepping boundaries, but you good? Right? I will check in, right? I'll be like, hey man, you good? And sometimes like it'll just be like a, yeah, nah, I'm good, or it'll be like a, yeah, nah, I'm not good, thanks for asking, I don't really want to talk about it. But like, you know, I think even just asking, right? Even just asking and checking in, it helps people get through loneliness, I think. Because if I was going through a bad time, even if I didn't want to talk about it, I think if someone just like checked in and asked and I said, oh yeah, thanks, I don't really want to talk about it, but thank you, like it helps a lot, you know. So I think in order to sort of combat loneliness, I feel like it's like the thing that my mom said, right? Don't worry about other people finding you creepy. Don't worry about other, okay, sometimes worry about people finding you creepy, but like don't worry about being embarrassed, you know. Like just think of it as if they find it embarrassing, then that's on them. I gave them some encouragement, and if they don't want to take it, then I can always give encouragement to someone else who I think needs it, right? Yeah, I just think a lot of people out there are lonely, and I get lonely too, you know. They're embarrassed, not you. Yeah. Oh god, I'm sweating. Oh, so I haven't talked this much in a long time. My mucus is escaping from my other sweat glands. People can find comfort in feeling like they've been seen. Yeah, exactly. And if you feel like a fellow community member is going through something, I think it's perfectly appropriate for you to reach out and DM as well. Because there's a lot of hostility these days, like that people burped, of people who get spooked when they get a DM from someone that they've never been DM'd before. They're like, does this person want something? Do they need something? And I think that's really sad. Although I have been told by my friends that I probably care too much. and that they give me the they give me the Neg, put on your own oxygen mask spiel, you know, because I have had instances where I've checked in on people and then they assumed that we had a very close best friend relationship because they're like, oh, you checked in, right? And then I had to let them down and say, hey, sorry, buddy, I can't be friends with you. I can't devote the amount of time to you that you want me to because I also have stuff going on in my life. And then that also sent them for a spiral, you know, that hurt them a lot. And that made me feel super duper guilty as well, right? And the thing is, like, it was my bad because I feel like I platonically led this person on. You know, like it feels so weird. It feels so weird to say, but like how do I put this, right? Like I wanted to make sure that they were okay. It turns out they weren't okay, but then they sort of latched on to that momentary thing, right? Like sometimes you gotta be straight with it from the start, right? But like I don't want to rule out a friendship, you know, but it's just it's hard, right? It's really hard because to me, I'm okay with being friendly with people, but I don't have a lot of spoons to give out. My hands are full. You have a few good friends you see only a few times a year though. Yeah. And that's perfectly fine. That's about my stamina, right? That's about my stamina. And it's really sad because sometimes what somebody wants in a friendship is not something that you can provide, and it's really awkward because at that point you kind of have to tell them, sorry, I can't give you what you're looking for. And if they blame you for that, then you're like, I'm sorry for platonically leading you on. But I also feel like it feels really bad. You know, it feels really bad because, like, do we really have to draw out these social contracts at the very start of our interactions to be like, hey, hi, this is our relationship and this will never change, you know? I don't know, much to think about. Have you guys ever platonically led someone on before? It feels like such an awful, dirty thing to say, you know. Yeah. You've never platonically led someone on before? Oh, I hope you never get put in that situation. Not to your knowledge. What do you mean? So for example, like, you're okay with talking to this person, and you talk to this person, and you consider each other to be on friendly terms, but you wouldn't consider them a close friend, right? But because you're sort of one of the only sources of closeness to that degree, because like I like talking about a lot of deep things, right? I like picking people's brains, right? And to me, it's not really a big deal because to me, I think it's a normal thing to be comfortable with picking brains, right? Some people see that kind of closeness as a sign of, well, some people see that as a sign of closeness, and they sort of automatically assume that we have entered best friend status. But I don't see them as a best friend. Yeah, actually you have, yeah. And have you ever had to say, hey man, I'm sorry? They read kindness in some conversations a bit much. I mean, but also like at the same time, like I do feel like, is it my fault? You know, is it my fault for breaking boundaries? like, is it necessarily their fault for misreading boundaries? Because on one hand, it almost feels like the same level of like a cultural disconnect, right? Like the culture of the extrovert versus the culture of the introvert. You know, Cause like I hear a lot about people being like, oh, you know, I let this person on, like in a romantic way, but like this is absolutely different, right? Like I lay it down, and they know that it's 100% platonic, right? So it's like it's a miscommunication. You don't think anyone's at fault there, right? But yeah. So like my style of communication and reaching out to people like that has put me in situations where I do end up listening to people's worries, I guess, and because I like talking about this stuff, right? And so I have had an incident where I didn't know how to tell someone to back off and that we weren't close friends until it was too late, and I was told by a very good friend of mine, I think you guys might know her. And she said, Neg, I think you need to step back from talking to people like this. Like, I know that you like to be kind, and I really appreciate it, and that's why you're one of my best friends. But I think at some point you gotta stop. You know, you're running out, like you don't have a lot of time left in your life, left in your day-to-day life. Your time slots are getting small. And she's like, you have to be upfront. You know, you have to be upfront. And it felt really bad. I felt really bad, and I felt really guilty. And then she told me, well, you can feel guilty about this, but just so you know, like, this is gonna like, if you still want to reach out to people, that guilty feeling is gonna keep happening, and so you need to be more cold. And that feels really bad. It feels really bad, and I just really wish that there was a way to care without giving away too much of my spoons, you know? I still have to take care of myself first, even if it is. Yeah, I guess so. It's less about being cold, just being clear about it in your honest opinion. I guess so. Remember how I had to learn how to grow a spine? I still have a baby pissy spine, bro, but I think my spine is maturing into a toddler pissy spine. Yeah. Now that you say it, that you think you've had it happen, though it wasn't that they thought you were best friends, but that they kept coming to you to trauma dump. Oh no. You do it once. They think of you as a brain bin now. Oh no. Wait, 4 blackouts in a day? Oh man. Oh. So this person thought it was more than friendship? Oh no. This person thought it was a close friendship. Because you know, when you have a close friendship, you're like, hey, how come you're always too busy to hang out? You know, hey, you know, like, hey, you used to talk to me about these things. Hey, how come you're too busy now? Hey, I think you're treating me like a low priority, and I think you're being a bad friend. And like saying these things to me, right? And so, like, in my mind, I kind of just took it because I was like, oh yeah, no, I'm sorry, you know, I'm sorry, it's my fault, I'm too busy, hey, like, this is just how I am, you know, until I realized, hey, wait a second, why are they demanding all this from me? all I did was talk to them a little bit. Right? You wonder if it is because of communicating through text messages, you forget to communicate, like telling people directly, that's not very nice, or this makes me uncomfortable. Yeah, I think that's it. I think text messages, it's a lot scarier to say, hey, that wasn't very nice, right? But I think because most people communicate via text message now, it's hard. That's almost funny. I know. It's almost funny. Because if my best friend, like, keeps blowing me off, and if my best friends start acting really distant to me and keep blowing me off, I would also get a bit upset as well. But also, No, my friendship levels aren't high enough for you to have those dialogue options, buddy. Fluichi, welcome. I've recovered. Well, not quite. I had a few coughing fits on stream earlier tonight when I was sucking in my mucus. Yeah, getting snubbed once is fine. Getting snubbed constantly feels bad. Yeah. Anyway, that's just a few of my musings about friendship and loneliness. It is a hard world out there, and it is very, very hard to determine levels of closeness. World is lonely. I think it's okay to not worry about what you mean to someone else. And I think it's okay to not worry about, am I a high tier friend or a low tier friend or a mid tier friend or am I even a friend? I think it's okay to take things at face value. If this person is friendly to me, then I will take it, right? And if this person stops being friendly to me, I won't think too hard about it and just accept the reasons they give at face value, you know? And I feel like when you get close enough to someone, like say you know them for like many years and you have established to each other that you are very close friends, I think it's at that point where it's okay to push boundaries, right? Just be you, and you'll fit in fine where you fit in. And if you find it hard to talk to people, my only advice is, I don't know, man. I had to go through trial by fire. Oh yeah, my advice is, it's only embarrassing if you feel embarrassed. And if they think it's embarrassing and you don't, then the tomato is them. Have to be careful in Asia. They got a heat wave. Oh, thank goodness I'm in Australia. Yeah, sorry, I don't know why I went on this whole loneliness tangent. It's just on my mind, you know. Cause I felt pretty lonely the past few days when I was sick as well. Yeah, there was a trial by fire. There was probably a trial by fire for my mom to learn that as well. Oh yeah, absolutely. You guys wanna know how my mom and my dad met each other? Sorry, this is another tangent. This is another tangent. You wanna know how my mom and my dad met each other? So, my mom moved to Australia from her hometown, and then my dad also moved from his hometown to Australia, so like they're from two completely different places, but they are Asian, and the time when they moved to Australia, it was very hard to find other Asian people in Australia. Alright? And so my mom met my dad in a hospital. My mom was in hospital for something or another. I don't know what it was. Yeah, you record correctly. Yeah, they met each other in a hospital. Now, is a hospital a good place to pick up girls? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. But I believe my dad was doing security at the hospital. Yeah, cause my dad works in like security, right? Worked in security. Yeah. my dad was doing security at the hospital, and so, you know, they would only have started talking to each other if they weren't awkward. I guess if one party wasn't awkward and just started a conversation, right? To be like over a commonality of like, oh hey, are you from here? Oh no, sorry, I'm not from here. Oh. And then you just go from there, right? Light novel title, is it wrong to pick up girls at work in a hospital? Hey girl, wanna look at my kidneys? Hey, yuck! Yuck! Oh, that's so gross. Although, remember that time I had surgery and one of my stitches came out? I did show it on stream, so I don't know, man. Maybe it works. So yeah, there definitely has to have been a trial by fire for my what? No, it was it was wisdom teeth surgery. It was wisdom teeth surgery, and one of my stitches fell out, and I had a hand cam on at the time. and I asked everyone, okay? I was like, hey guys, you want to see the stitch that fell out? And then most people said yes for some reason, so I showed them. How many girls did I pick up with that one? Absolutely none! But it's a great icebreaker, isn't it? I mean, somebody coming into stream and being like, hey, did I walk in at a bad time? It's a great icebreaker, innit? Probably doesn't work. I mean, does it work to make friends? Break something, alright. I mean, look, I'm happy with friends. I don't need to pick up girls. I don't even need to pick up boys. All I need to pick up is my garbage. Pick up your garbage. Put it in the bin. I have also developed a habit of picking up garbage when I'm on walks. When I'm on walks, I do pick up garbage, and then I dump it into the nearest bin. I don't know. It's not one of those like oh I am a good person. It feels like I'm doing my civic duty. Civic duty mentioned again. I don't know. I feel like I'm a very lawful person, you know? I feel like I'm a very lawful neutral. Even though I do commit some crimes sometimes. Although, would you consider that lawful, or would you consider that more like good? Like a magpie. I wish. Oh, I wish I was like a magpie. That would be neutral good. Okay, yeah, I'm a neutral good. The neutral good is so boring. Neutral good is boring. Can I be chaotic good instead? Yeah, but the tic-tac-toe board of morality is nonsense, so don't put too much thought into it. Okay, good. I mean, it's just horoscopes for D&D players, right? Seeing litters just make you uncomfortable, so you do the same. Yeah, it makes you feel good, though. It makes you feel like you are being a good citizen and doing your civic duty, right? So it's like how I picked up the plants that I had on stream. Well, I did use my secateurs and I did go snip some off. That is true, but they were also growing out of fences, and technically I was giving them a trim. So if you think about it, it's kind of win-win for everyone, right? Because technically I wasn't stealing. And I also did give a trim to a walkway, which was overgrown with vines. And I trimmed it down so that the walkway was more walkable. So, you know what? I think I evened out my moral debt that day, you know? I evened out my karma debt. You feel like that rules out lawful. I am the green thumb vigilante. I will trim your hedges if they are a little ugly. Yeah, it's a fair trade. Also, I just like snipping plants. There's something about it that feels so cathartic, you know? The sound of the branches, the feeling of the branches crunching underneath your grip that you have on your garden shears, you know? It feels so nice, and then having it come away to be so clean. The screams of the plants. No, plants don't scream. You know, you know, growing, being overgrown bothers the plant too, okay? Okay, it's like trimming nails. Your cat may not like it when you trim her nails, but you have to. You have to trim the nailies. Mango, your nailies are getting a little bit long, and I noticed that you've been getting stuck on the fly screen very often. Let me trim it. Wow! Wow! No, Mango. Let me trim your nails. We can't have you getting stuck again. They let out pheromones. Well, that's not really screams. It's just the smell. Plants do scream. That's why they let off a scent. Oh yeah, well, blood lets off a scent too. When I get a paper cut, I also smell the blood. Is that me screaming? I don't think so. Check and mate. Is that how my cat sounds? Maybe I'll if Mango's in the room again, I'll let you hear how he sounds. But he's a loud boy. He's a very loud boy. NZK, thank you for the follow. Welcome. Oh, hold on a sec. It's mucus time. Oh, too bad I can't smell anything right now. Vegans with no green thumbs. You're hurting the plants. Might as well become a monk and eat nothing then. It is painful. It is quite painful. Oh, I've been like this all day, bro. Feels bad. Feels really bad. Hey, how did we get here to talking about plants? Oh yeah, when I'm on walks, I pick up garbage sometimes. I don't really do any other lawful good things though. Like I feel like I would be more of a good citizen if I was less scared of people out in the world, you know? Like I'm afraid of petting other people's dogs because I feel like it would be rude. But I really want to play with the border collies that come up to me in the middle of the road and when I'm on a walk and they go, hi, hello. But the owner's not around, so I feel like I shouldn't pet the dog because the owner's not around because I think it would be rude. So I have to hold my hands up while the border collie sniffs around me and walks away. Yeah. I think it would be rude. Honestly, if someone tells you they are lawful good, you're more inclined to think that there are a bunch of nasty skeletons in their closet. Yeah, I think so as well. Hey, lawful good to me sounds like uptight, you know? Uptight and a little bit condescending, right? You'll wave at the dog and pet if you ask them. Yeah. I like dog. I like dog. I am dog. I like dog. I like it when dog walks up to you with their tongue out like this, like, hello, hi, hello, hi. You'll sit in place and the dog just approach you and nudge their heads to give itself head pats. Oh, I could never. Oh, dogs are very high maintenance though. I mean, take me for example. I am very high maintenance. I feel like with my lifestyle I could never own a dog. Is that the best part? Oh, I don't know though. I have permission to pet your 10 very sized dogs. There's so many puppies that when you don't do your job, you're not allowed to touch them. Oh. Wait, what kind of job do you work for? What kind of job do you have that you have all these puppies come around? I'm more of a dog raised by cats. Yeah, I feel like I'm like a dog raised by cats. I mean, most of my friends are introverts, right? Oh, food delivery! You get to meet so many dogs! Oh, Samoyed and one border collie! Oh, border collies are the most friendly dogs! I love border collies. Samoyeds are very scary though. I feel like they take a lot of maintenance. Your neighbor has this big husky mud. She's the cutest. You're making me jealous. You're making me jealous. I like it when dogs are big. I like it when animals are big, huge. But Mango's a bit fat. Mango's my cat, by the way. Mango's a bit fat. I look at him sometimes and I'm like, hey, are you supposed to be that big? And he looks back up at me. And I know he's not feeling any guilt, but I kind of project and I feel like he's looking up at me guiltily. Like, no. You have your overgrown puppy next to you. Hey, is he supposed to be that big? Can you imagine if you said the same to a person though? Like that I feel like that's one of the rudest things you can say to a person. Like, whoa, whoa, bro, you're huge. He's supposed to be that big. Oh god, imagine if we talk to people the same way that we talk to little dudes. I mean, I actually am a bit worried for Mango. So here's the thing, right? We have 2 cats at home. We have Mango and we have Pudding. And sometimes when we feed Pudding, she leaves a bunch of her food uneaten. And when Mango comes around, he eats his food and then he eats her food as well. And I think he's gotten large to the point where sometimes, you know, when you're holding him and then he jumps out of your arms, like when you're holding a cat and they jump out of your arms, I can see a little bit of pressure on his knees when he jumps out. And that's probably a bad sign. So it's probably not good that he's fat, bro. It puts a lot of pressure on his knees. And I feel like that's not very healthy for him. And I'm worried. You got 1 black lab, 1 Japanese Spitz, 3 mini pinchers, and 4 hybrids. Oh, you used to have 2 black labs and now you're more... Oh, I'm sorry. That's a lot of dogs though, bro. That's a lot of dogs. That's so many dogs. That's so many dogs! Sorry, I'm imagining and I'm feeling very happy right now. That's so many dogs! Anyway, we went from a really heavy tangent to a tangent that was like the smallest of small talks. You know, I actually did want to do some singing during today's stream, but hearing the way that I was coughing earlier because of how much I was talking, I feel like it's probably best that I don't do a lot of singing, right? Or it's probably best that I don't do any singing at all. But I want to do one singing, at least one, before I go to sleep. He had a large cat on a specialized diet and he had to separate him from the other girls so that he wouldn't eat her food and get sick. Oh, yeah. I honestly, I haven't figured out a solution to Mango eating the other cat's food. Maybe I just have to babysit. Maybe I have to babysit while he eats. Yeah, I'll make sure that it's a soft song. I'm like looking at the time and I'm like, oh, if I want to recover, I should probably go to sleep soon, but I don't want to end stream because I'm having a lot of fun. And I'm busy tomorrow night, which means I can't stream tomorrow night too. Oh, I'm busy helping my mom tomorrow to pack her stuff, pack her suitcase tomorrow night, so I can't stream tomorrow night. Oh, but maybe I can stream late at night tomorrow night. Does Mango jump on counters? Oh, Mango doesn't jump on counters, but sometimes when we're having dinner, Mango sits on the spare chair and he sits there and he watches us eat. Please sleep and get my rest for a faster recovery. Okay, bro. Okay, bro. Well, how about this? I will sing a handful of songs. Good luck on your 5K run, Zippy. And thanks for coming to chat with me, bro. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm going to sing a few songs, a few soft songs, and then I go to sleep because it's been a while and I'm out of practice and I want to sing. If I end up coughing though, please do stop me. It's been a while since I've sung. Is Mango the name of my dog? Oh, Mango is the name of my cat. Mango is the name of my cat. He's large. He's a big boy. He's so large. Oh. I had a friend and I had a friend? What happened to her? Oh yeah, she's still my friend. Anyway, I have a friend. She recently got a cat. And I saw her looking at pictures of cats on Instagram one day. And then I leaned over to look at the pictures of look at what she was looking at on her phone. And then she immediately she was like, oh no, don't look at this guy. No, forget about this guy. Look at my guy instead. And she immediately closes the Instagram pictures. I don't know. I find that was a really funny occurrence. Oh, you had a dog named Mango too? Oh, that's cute. Oh, that's really cute. Wait, hold on a second. I'm getting a bit queasy. I'm getting a bit of headache. Sudden woozy. Ooh, sudden woozy. Ooh. Okay. Feel better now. Ooh. That was so not good. I had the. It was like suddenly woozy. It felt like I was entering an RPG encounter where everything goes freeze frame, and then swirl. I felt sudden swirl. I think it was just my tummy going swirl. Yeah, maybe no sing. Yeah, maybe no singing tonight. Maybe roll initiative. Okay, I guess I'll press the button and go to sleep. Aww. But I can't stream tomorrow. I guess the next time I see you guys is gonna be on Monday. Oh. Wow. No. Okay. Fine. 자, またね. It's been a while, and every time I don't know what's gonna happen, right? Riot Moss, thank you for the follow. Thank you. Okay, well I guess I'm gonna raid and run tonight. And who do we raid and who do we run to? Let's raid and run on Joru. Yeah, let's raid and run Joru. I'm gonna go take a shower and then I'm gonna go to bed. On Monday, I could just start the stream by singing like today's concussion jump scare. So true. I'll take a good rest and I'll see you guys again on Monday. Azukatsushi bros.